YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, it's your boy Tom. Chill out, chill. Coming at you one more again. What's some more NBA is fixed? And this goes out to Mark Howell. Mark, I think you're saying I'm tripping because you want a video on. I think you wanted me to talk about how do you know that the NBA is fixed. Uh okay. So, all right. I got into the whole NBA thing last year when an announcer said that the Raptors when the Raptors lost to when they lost to Cleveland. Now, not an announcer, but a sports channel said they missed 11 straight foul shots. The NBA does not want you to go to the finals. And when he said it like that, he said it meaning the NBA is controlling who goes to the finals. It had nothing to do with their skills. He was pretty much putting it out there that any team could go to the finals if the NBA wants them to. The NBA did not want the Raptors to go to the finals, so they didn't go to the finals. And that's it, and that's all. It didn't matter who they had on their team. They could have had God on their team, but if the NBA controlled, who goes to the final, God would not be going to the finals. I said, God, you can't go. So, right after I saw that, I made a video pretty much saying that Cleveland was going to win Game 7. The series had not even started, and I was correct. Even when they were down 3-0, I was like, Cleveland's going to win. Cleveland comes back, cleans their clock, wins. Now, a lot of people are thinking that that's about to happen again. I made some videos saying if Cleveland wins, this is what's going to have to happen. However, I am leaning more towards Golden State. Leaning more towards Golden State this year and Cleveland in 2018. Now, I don't mind being wrong because the more videos I make, the more you guys give me insight on the game. And somebody started telling me how they think that LeBron is going to be touted to be the greatest player ever, like in any sport. So I said, well, if they're going to do that, then, at LeBron's age of 33, 34, he's going to have to, one, do a three-peat, which knocks Jordan out. So he's going to have to win 4 straight. Or win a three-peat and then do something else greater than Jordan. Because he already has great stats now. So basically, when I start looking at what people were saying even more, I'm like, okay, this is what I think is going to happen. So as far as signs, Mark, on what do I think or how do I predict what's going to happen in a game, what I do, since I don't watch any games, I go back and look at maybe some, replays or highlights, and I, maybe highlight of a game or two. And, okay, let's do it like this. Kawhi Leonard getting taken out by Za during the series. I could have told you at the beginning of that series that Golden State was going to win the whole thing. Just like the Celtics going up against, the Cavs. It was like whoever bet against the Cavs was just was a doggone fool. Whoever bet against Golden State, it's just like, come on. It's not, no. And truthfully, the Spurs had a better chance than the Celtics. But it's like, nah, people, like, we already knew I already knew last year who was going to be in the finals. So you just got to look at the rhythm of the stroke. That is pretty much what it is. Some of it is so blatant that it's disgusting. It's like, like Durant turning up. We already knew Durant was going to turn up. It's what game is he going to turn up? And truthfully, here's a better guess. What game are they going to stop him, and how? Because it's not whether Durant is going to turn up, he's going to turn up every game. But what game are they going to finally tell him to turn it down a notch? Because he's what? 38 points, 33 points in game 2? What game are they going to stop him? When are they going to do like they did Steph Curry? See, okay, so let's take the finals. Look at game 7. Look at game 6. I mean, when you look at what they did with Curry, people were like, it was pretty much over when Curry fouled out. It's just like, no, listen, Curry fouling out in game 7, because somebody commented and they said he didn't foul out to game 7 and it was already over. Listen, it's not over because it's a script. Curry fouling out in game 7 is a prelude to what's going to happen this year. That's what it is. Do not be surprised if Curry fouled. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something that's gonna rock your whole head. See, this is one of my predictions coming up right now. This is what I feel. When I look at what they did with Curry and see, I just take little scripts that they've done and I throw them in there like, you know what? This was significant. This wasn't just a little thing. Like Kawhi Leonard getting, the little injury he got out. I'm like, that was significant. And what did the Spurs coach say right after that? He was pissed off because it was like, do you think you have a chance? He was like, come on. Like, how do we have a chance now? We didn't have a chance before, but how do we have a chance now? Like, it was just over. It was just like, you guys have no chance, especially now. So when I look at Curry getting fouled, I'm like, they're going to play that same card. It's just a game of chess. That's all it is. I'm like, they're going to play that same foul card because they did it with Draymond Green. But here's how they're going to do that. They're going to turn it over. It's not going to be Steph Curry that gets fouled out. It's going to be LeBron James in Game 7. Now, that's just an arbitrary prediction that I'm thinking of because the way they fouled out Steph Curry. It was so blatant that his wife went off. It was like, come on, like, what? So I'm saying, when I look at that, I'm like, if they're just going to be arbitrary, like, if you're just going to be so blatant like that, the LeBron James stepping over, Draymond Green, I'm like, you know what? LeBron James and the Cavs take game 3, 4, lose game 5. Just throwing out stuff just to make it exciting. Take game 3, 4, lose game 5, win game 6, and is about to win game 7. LeBron gets fouled out. Boom, Golden State wins. I'm just saying, that's what I do. I just look at the little things that they've done, and I go and I look at how they've used, certain pieces, and I'm just like, they're going to use this. This is significant. They're going to use this chess piece right here, and it's going to be, rook to pawn, whatever. And I'm telling you, that's how it's going to go. Cat over there eating the garbage. I'm telling you, that's how it goes for me. So sometimes I'm right. Sometimes I'm spot on. Sometimes I'm like, it may not happen in that game or to that person, but it happened. So there you go, Mark. That's just how I figure stuff out. I don't necessarily know, and I don't necessarily give a care. But if it like one dude says, look, if your prediction is right, then your channel's going to blow up. I'm going to tell y'all right now, it's not me being big-headed. I'm going to tell y'all, one of my predictions has already come true, but one of them is going to come true. And when it does, it's going to be on some like World Star hip-hop or something. I'm not going to put it there. I already know what's going to happen. Because it's so scripted. Once you figure out the script, it's just, everybody is going to want to see it. Like, how did he know? And it's just like, all I did was follow the script. So when you have people like me making these predictions, like, I'm not alone on this. When you have people like me making these predictions, one of us is going to write the same story before it happens. It's going to seem like, we just knew what was going on. No, all we did was follow the rhythm of the stroke. That's all we did was open up our eyes. And we don't have to be a fan of basketball to do that. You don't have to be a fan of basketball to do that. All you have to do is see a couple of the games. You see 2 games and you can pretty much what's going to happen in game 3. You see 1 or 2 series, you know what the next series is going to do. And that's just how they do. There's only so many ways they can switch around these pieces before you say, I've seen this before. You know what I mean? I've seen this before. It's like watching a movie and having an alternate ending. That's what it is. I've seen this movie before. I've seen the ending. Oh, but there's an alternate ending. So you watch it again just to see the alternate ending. So once you see the alternate ending, it's like, what else you got? You're going to make it exciting because somebody, I don't know, fouls out. Somebody else fouls out. Somebody's knees get taken out. Somebody gets married, at halftime. Whatever little itty-bitty stuff you throw in there to make it seem more exciting. No, it's the same damn thing. Spurs didn't have a chance. They didn't have a chance because it's not in the script. Raptors didn't have a chance. Let me tell you something. Raptors are not going to have a chance for... Okay. The Spurs will have a chance next year. The Spurs will have a slight chance next year. The Celtics can forget it. The Raptors, they can forget it for at least they don't have anybody on their team that needs to be put in the spotlight. They don't have anybody who is a major revenue builder. Somebody whose eyes that we are all going to gravitate towards because they're on TV. Who's on the Raptors? I mean, the Celtics, I think the Celtics had a couple of, who they had, Paul Pierce, and I think Paul Pierce is going to the Spurs now. So that's what I'm saying. The Spurs have a chance. I talked about this in my last video. The Spurs have a chance. And I said in my last video, if the Spurs pick up one more Apex player, they have a chance to go, but they're not going to win. They're not, because of Curry and because of LeBron. But here's the thing. Curry and LeBron, those 2 teams, Golden State and Cleveland, they're not going to go to the finals next year. It's going to be way too boring. If they go to the finals next year, watch and see what the ratings do. And here's what they're going to try to do to keep the ratings up. Oh my God, they met for the 4th time in history and blah, 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 and we are living this history. Anything to make you stay glued to it, but it's the same damn script. It's the same hot dog with just now you got mustard on it and ketchup instead of just mustard. Now you threw some relish on it. Oh my God, this hot dog has relish on it instead of mustard and ketchup. It's that same freaking hot dog. That's all I do, Mark. That's it. I look at it and laugh because people are, oh my God, like the lady from Atlanta. When Atlanta lost the Super Bowl, she was on her knees crying. The horror, this white woman, the horror. It's just so unjust. I'm like, what? Where's the injustice, lady? What happened? What happened? I just wanted to interview that one woman. I just wanted to have like a half an hour to interview that woman to try to find out what has changed in her life to call Atlanta in losing an injustice. And those are heavy words. So I just laugh at it all, Mark. I hope that's I hope this conversation, well, not a conversation, but this, video satiated your, curiosity because it's all fixed. Soccer, fixed. They were going to indict the guy who runs FIFA or whatever that is. Fixed. Mark, if you want to watch a game that's not fixed, go watch Little League Baseball. Go watch Sandlot. Go watch some Sandlot baseball. Go. I'm serious. Go watch track and field, Bantam. Go watch some kids run around track and field. You want to see some honesty? Watch like community track and field with those kids, 7, 8 years old. Those kids mean it when they're. It's beautiful because for one, it's a good chance they're not all drugged out. You know what I'm saying? Another thing is they are running their hearts out. They mean every single step. You know what I'm saying? You got kids that fall out over the line crying. Why? Because of the emotion. The emotion they put into it, even when they win. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it happen. I've seen a girl run so fast she couldn't believe how fast she was running. She almost burst into a fireball at the end of it. You know what I'm saying? And I felt it as she was running. She was tracking this other girl down because they were running her 400 relay, and she was running, and people went up on her feet, and this chick was moving like nothing I've ever seen before. Saw it at a college. And she tracked that girl down and beat her to the line and just burst out in tears. Honesty. She ran with everything she had. Honesty. You want some honesty? Go watch events like that. Go watch old people play softball. You'll get some good, honest playing out of it. You know what I'm saying? Watch some soccer moms play football. I'm just saying. So I'm just hoping I helped you out. Don't take it all. Don't take the game so seriously, Mark, and have fun. I got some more videos coming your way too. My knees stop hurting. I'm gonna go out here and drag this tire. I just got one. I just need to get a rope. Go out here and drag this tire and show you guys how to do that, which is pretty easy. But the NBA is fixed, guys. Your boy Tone 202. Thanks for being a subscriber. Thanks for your comments, you guys. You guys are hilarious. Peace.